Hi guys, I'm John Carrick, author of Legacy of a Mad Scientist and the Legend of Ashley Fox. Today we're looking at 100 Bullets 34, but first we've got the World Fantasy Tarot, Ace of Swords, Quetzalcoatl. And I guess for body count alone, this demon's responsible for a whole lot of chopped out hearts. I think the other day I'd named him as the South American god, the white-haired guy who came and taught them everything, but maybe it's a serpent god, feathered serpent god. Anyhow, this is the Counterfeit Detective Part 4. We pick up back with Milo, and he's chasing a stolen painting for Megan Dietrich. And they had been in contact with this guy. Megan screams in her hotel room. Milo bursts in and finds, I think his name is Nelson or Carl, Monroe Tannenbaum, dead, hung from her hotel shower, window, room, whatever. But yeah, so it starts off with a bang. And this is very much written in that Philip Marlowe, Humphrey Bogart sort of noir detective style. And it's good. The writing is David Mamet-esque. The dialogue is great. The dialogue, I'm not going to read it for you guys for obvious reasons, but also because it rhymes. It's lyrical. This is what I was talking about, Faulkner style dialogue. And what happens is great too. If you can have both, by all means have both. And again, Eduardo Risso doing a great job with the silhouettes, the heavy blacks on the page, spotting blacks, as he says. Megan tosses her cookies, or rinses her mouth out. They're trying to figure out what to do. Should they get rid of him or should they just bail? Milo recommends that they just leave, and they go to a diner where they talk. So they discuss what she wants Milo to do. She wants him to track down the guy who's supposed to buy her painting or sell her painting. I'm not quite sure exactly what the story is, partially because I'm a little bit out of my head. I just got back from my follow-up appointment. I've still got my eye taped up. I have to start doing the eye drops today. And I'm supposed to have my head down all day, all night. And so this is a bit of indulgence, 80 to 90% of the time if I can do it. And I'm going to work tonight. I'm going to have to put the computer on its back and work standing up, looking down. But you got to do what you got to do. This kid's making donuts while they have their conversation. She sees Milo as her. I think she hired Milo with Milo not knowing who she is as a member of the trust. Milo does not know who he is. He does not seem to recognize her as a former employer of the Minutemen. I think he's been given a gun by Graves. We did have all of these. They are in the playlist, so you guys can check back and watch them. I will put this one in the correct order. This is, what did I say? Issue 34. So this big girl is working with the donut boy. And while Milo and Megan are having their conversation, she is putting the moves on her smaller coworker, chasing him out of the back room with his drawers half down. Megan wants Milo to meet with Lono and tells him that he's a very dangerous individual and not to be trusted, and et cetera, et cetera. So Milo is going to be setting up he wants Megan to call him once Lono contacts her to set up the meeting. That's essentially what's going on here. And this story is just to keep things interesting. So it's not just two people having coffee for 4 pages, which is what we're looking at. Milo takes a ride out to the water. I think we're in California now. This looks like a California beach. It's facing west, right? That's a Baywatch lifeguard tower. Palm trees. Might be Florida, though. He heads over to the bar where, and now I think we're in Atlantic City again. All cities are the same city in 100 Bullets. Because someone is sitting here having Cuervo with lime, And I recognize that silhouette. That's Chris Cornell, a.k.a. Cole Burns. The bartender pours Milo his favorite drink. I don't remember what it was. Something to take the edge off. Most likely whiskey. I don't think he even says. But Cole makes a statement and calls Milo by name. Milo says, "How do you know my name?" "Well, the bartender just called you by name." But Cole knows Milo. Cole is expecting to be recognized, and he's not. But Milo comes over to rough him up. Milo's like a bully. He's this not even a wannabe tough guy. He's a tough guy who wants to fight everyone. Grabs Cole by the lapels of his coat. They go back and forth a little bit. Cole tells him that he's going to bail. I'm going to take a look at this really quick. Cole tells Milo that Graves is worried about him and thinks he's in over his head. All the dialogue in this issue really rhymes. Obviously, Brian Azzarello earned his paycheck with this one. It is so right out of the 50s. Film noir, Philip Marlowe, The Long Goodbye sort of stuff. And it's just really good. It's really good. Milo goes home, has a bunch of... Everyone drinks in this. Everyone drinks in Daredevil, too. That's one thing that bothered me about that show is how drunk they all are all the time. Obviously, they needed Josie's Bar for a sort of Hell's Kitchen location that's not their law firm, their law offices. But still, these people are drunk all the time. And it's not a good thing. In a comic book, it's one thing. In a TV show these days, I'll just call it anti-white to make everyone drunk. But lawyers are notorious drunks. They are. I don't know if Matt Murdock was a drunk in the original comics or not, but he certainly is in the show. Now, Milo finds Lono. I guess Megan called him, told him where to meet him. And she didn't show up, or I don't remember. It's not really important. It's not really clear. The dialogue is so clever, it's not especially clear. You have to read everything twice in this one. But Milo walks in and sees Lono. And he makes sure that Lono sees him. And he shows Lono his gun, tells him to stay put. Lono's getting ready to leave. This is an awesome sequence, and there's no dialogue. Watch this. Lono responds in kind. He is so happy to see Milo. Lono is up for a fight way more than Milo is, and he's way more dangerous. Lono shows Milo both his guns, and he points to the people sitting next to him, the people sitting next to Milo, the kids walking in with their skateboards. Lono will kill everyone happily, and that's how that gets handled. That's how you deal with a guy flashing a gun at you. You don't threaten him. You threaten everybody else. Who has the balls to cut off all the children's inoculated arms? That is horror. That is power. When the waitress gets in Milo's way, Lono makes his escape or his exit. Milo chases after him, but he's gone. Too little, too late. So Milo thinks about it, drinks about it, and goes to see Megan. It's great art. I'm doing it a disservice not leaving it on the page longer. Also, apparently I've got my shoulder in the way. I'm casting shadows on the page. That's not good. Sorry, guys. I don't have time to do this again. I got to get some sleep. I didn't sleep at all last night. I'm supposed to sleep with my head down, and I just wasn't able to do it. I laid in bed for 4 hours, 6 hours. He yells for the guard. The guard comes and tells him to leave. You want to do this the easy way or the hard way? Let's do it the hard way. Milo is competent. He's a jerk. He's a dick, but he's competent. He is not a nice guy. Megan is having a party with Benito and other guests. Milo leaves a trail of security guards on his way up into the party. This is the massive painting that all the hullabaloo is about. And Milo takes a close look at it and reads Croatoa, and everything is about to change. Mr. Lewis, are you all right? Mr. Lewis? Milo knows who he is. Now he knows Cole is the one who burned him and gave him his new face. And I'm sure Milo is the guy who got burned. If we went back a couple issues, I'm sure we'd see that he was in the hospital for burns. So, Counterfeit Detective Part 4. And today's conflicted card, we're just going to do this like this today. I'm not going to get in front of the camera, guys. I've got my eye still all taped up, and I need to be facing down. So I'm going to do this way for the next few episodes, broadcasts, whatever you want to call them. But I'm going to read the whole thing to you. The Three of Diamonds. After the collapse of society, all modern conveniences no longer exist. The technologies that enabled our high quality of life are gone, perhaps never to return. A very small fraction of the population has the knowledge, the physical and emotional capability to adapt to this new world. The majority will do desperate things in order to survive. How bad would things have to get before you voluntarily checked into a government refugee camp? Since I don't have children, I think things would have to get very bad indeed. I would try and find some cattle ranch and tough it out there. But everybody's different. Everyone has a different set of concerns. I'm in a big city, and it would take a lot for me to get out to a cattle ranch where I've never met anyone and earn their respect. So that said, that is what it is. What would you do to try? What would you have to go through before you checked into a government refugee camp? It will not be a good place to be, especially if there's no government. Anyhow, I'm going to leave it there for today. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys have a great night. Hope everything is awesome for you with your friends and family. Do great art, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.